silence. In silence, there are no distractions. No audience. No applause. No one telling them who they are. Only their own thoughts. Only their own emotions. Only the parts of themselves they have worked so hard to avoid. This is why many narcissists struggle to be alone for long periods of time. They often need stimulation, messages, calls, social media, relationships, conflict, anything that keeps their attention focused outward rather than inward. Because the moment they are left alone with themselves, the mask begins to crack. And behind that mask may be loneliness, shame, fear, or unresolved emotional wounds. This is not an excuse for harmful behavior, but it does help explain it. Many narcissistic patterns are not driven by strength. They are driven by avoidance. Avoidance of vulnerability, avoidance of insecurity, avoidance of self-reflection. The irony is that the very thing they fear most is often the thing they need. Silence creates space for awareness. Awareness creates space for honesty. And honesty creates the possibility of growth. But growth requires confronting uncomfortable truths. It requires acknowledging weaknesses. It requires accepting responsibility. And for someone whose identity depends on appearing perfect, this can feel unbearable. This is why criticism often feels so threatening to a narcissist. To most people, criticism may simply be feedback. To a narcissist, it can feel like an attack on their entire identity. Because beneath the confidence is often a fragile foundation. A foundation built not on self-acceptance, but on external approval. And external approval is never enough. No amount of praise can permanently fill an inner void. No amount of attention can create genuine self-worth. The hunger always returns. The need for validation always comes back. Which is why many narcissists find themselves trapped in a cycle. Seeking admiration, receiving admiration, feeling better temporarily, then needing even more. Over and over again, the cycle continues. Until something changes. Real healing begins when a person becomes willing to sit in silence. To stop running, to stop performing, to stop searching for constant validation, and to face themselves honestly. This is not easy. In fact, it may be one of the hardest things a person can do. But it is also where genuine self-esteem begins. Not the self-esteem that comes from being admired, but the self-esteem that comes from knowing who you are, flaws and all. Because true confidence is not built through applause. It is built through self-acceptance. And self-acceptance can only emerge when we are willing to meet ourselves in silence. Perhaps that is why silence feels so uncomfortable. Not just for narcissists, but for many of us. Because silence reveals what distraction hides. It exposes the thoughts we avoid, the fears we suppress, the truths we would rather ignore. Yet within that silence lies an opportunity. An opportunity to understand ourselves more deeply. To become more honest, more aware, more whole. The question is not whether silence is uncomfortable. The question is what it might reveal if we stop running from it. And for those willing to listen, silence may become one of the greatest teachers of all.